So, hello everybody, like the 3 people watching right now. It's been a goal of mine to capture giant waves for like 4 years now. And I've just kind of been putting it off. And I was able to find this place, and I am, just with my eye, I'm already thrilled to see what we have here. What do you think, Kayleen? By the way,
best waves so far.
Yep.
They're massive.
This is my assistant slash wife slash camera person slash snack carrier,
Yep.
Kayleen. And yeah, within minutes of getting here, we're already experiencing some epic waves. And I'm very excited because, yeah, it's been like 4 years since I got the idea. It's not an original idea, of course. It's been done a lot, but I've never done it. So, wow.
I think we found the ultimate spot so far because these waves do not disappoint.
Look how big that is.
And it's all the way around too. Like, it's not just in one section. It's like the whole beach line has massive waves.
So here's the observation center here. You can see the waves rolling in, and we are far, and you get such a beautiful view. Wow, oh my gosh. Oh, look, all the way out there. They are massive here. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at that. Yes. Okay.
I think like right
This is the spot. Okay. I'm gonna be honest. If you're into photography, you know exactly where I'm at. This place is, look, oh my gosh. This place is famous for this, and I can see why. You even have, okay, I'm gonna set up. I'm gonna have a producer wife be my camera person. Wow, this place is epic. And we just got here. This is what I've been waiting for. Okay. So, for some reason, I feel like this is gonna stop in like 2 minutes. So I'm frantically looking for a shot, but I think I easily found one right here. I'll show the back of my camera. We're actually getting hit by the mist of these waves. Very epic. So let me show you this shot that I've got for now. Going to brighten it up so you can see it a little better. So the idea is you have this corridor right here. The waves splash and break up against this rock right here on the left side. And then sometimes they also like completely cover it up and break here on this rock as well. So we're gonna see what that looks like. I'm gonna try to calm down a little bit. I'm very excited, but it's absolutely epic conditions, I think. And yeah, I'm gonna take some shots now. Photos, not the other kind. So I'm gonna take some shots, and if any of them come out any good, I'll show them on the screen right now.
It did not take long at all for this massive wave to come crashing into my frame. I just had to time it right. Photos like this are made with proper anticipation. Sometimes it would look as if a wave would be massive when it was rolling in, only to fall short once it made contact with the rocks, so you had to be patient with it. Now, as you saw in the video, it was a pretty gray and misty day, which doesn't tell you how cold it actually was when we got there. So for that reason, I added some blue tones to the photo to try to capture the feeling of the frigid air that we were up against, as well as the water that we kept getting splashed by. Due to the persistence and power of those waves and the strength and endurance of those rocks, I've called this shot Moxie.
Wow. Just amazing. So my wife also is a photographer. She shoots with Fuji because she's a rebel. Wow. This is definitely the spot. So I've calmed down a little bit, but I'm definitely still very excited. These waves are just epic and magnificent. And I mean, the shape and textures of these rocks are so jagged in some areas, so smooth in other areas. They just have a lot going on to them. There's this one section over here that almost looks like a rock climber's dream. I'll take a photo of it. Here's what it looks like. In my previous video, I talked about making a decision on what you are going to be shooting, and today it's waves. I'm glad that it's actually going according to plan. Things usually do not go according to plan, but we got here at the right time, and there's still nobody else here, so it's just us. And look at that, an artist at work. There she is. You're hard
Am I getting good photos? Probably not.
You're hard to miss with your neon yellow, neon green jacket. But yeah, it's absolutely epic. I cannot stress that enough. I mean, look at that. Very nice. Here's the rock climber wall I was telling you about. It has all those grooves and edges on it that I feel like would be easy-ish to grab if you're a rock climber, which I am not. I mean, it's like, you see how tall these things are? We're actually getting blasted by the mist. So when this thing crashes right there, we can actually feel the mist on us. So I may have ended that last clip abruptly. I was talking with one of the park... Oh!
I am so sorry about that. So what I was trying to say was we were talking to one of the park rangers because we may or may not have walked past a closed gate. But the ranger was actually super nice, and he actually gave us some tips on how to get some photos of some even bigger waves later on.
There it is! I got that one. Okay. And he told me that the best time for that corridor to fill up is as the tide is coming in and as the tide is going out. The tide is already in, so we missed it. Now what we have to do is just wait here long enough for that corridor right there between the rocks to open up. And I mean, just look at this. It's so epic. So when you have a lot going on like this right here, it's really difficult to figure out what photos you're gonna get. So I'm shooting with the thought of how I'm going to be editing the photos. Realistically, I'm going to have to merge a few of these together to get the full action of what actually happened. That means one wave comes in, there's a shot, another wave comes in, there's the second shot, and then a third wave or whatever comes in. You get the idea. The idea is to, through the photo, show the mood and the feeling of what it was like to experience it while being here in person. That's what I'm trying to do. So in essence, I'm not trying to just take photos of the rocks and the waves, but I'm trying to take a photo about the rocks and the place. That's just some general ideas for places like this that I've learned when there's just a lot going on. You might want to just shoot a bunch of photos and then merge them together to get that one image. This whole time I've been here, I was hoping a big wave crashes right here, but hasn't happened yet. Anyways.
Not only is this place fairly easy to get to, it also offers a little bit of variety of the seascape available. So everything you've seen up until now was facing north, and this is now the opposite direction, facing south. And I will admit, the waves weren't as spectacular in this direction, but what you do get is 3 different layers of rocks. For example, the very closest one has this very interesting jaggedness to it. It also has those 3 stripes running down from the top to the bottom in a diagonal way. And towards the distance, you get a little bit more mist, a little bit more fog, and there's a lot more space between the first set of rocks and then further out towards the cliffside. So eventually we did decide to change the scenery a little bit to see what we can capture on this side.
Okay, so ooh, there we go. Good timing.
Oh, look at that one.
Yeah, everywhere you look, there's something epic going on. So real quick, I've managed to frame up a different shot. So before we were shooting back there, and now we are shooting on the opposite end right here. I'll show you the back of my camera real fast. Basically, it's just a layer idea. So you're here, this big rock right here, that's your first layer. The middle rock right there is your second layer. And then off in the fog and mist in the back, you have this really big one and this really small stack back there. And I just want to see if I can capture some waves crashing in to this scene right here. Now, the waves are nice here, but they're not as nice as the other section over there. So I'm gonna be patient, wait here for I guess not super patient. I'm gonna wait here in this section for a few minutes, 10 to 15 more minutes, see what wave action I get on this section. And after that, what I want to do is get some detail shots of the rocks that are here, their texture. Get some detail shots of just the scene that's here. And then I want to play around with getting just isolating the waves, not the scene entirely, but just the waves. And I'll see what I get. So far it's been, I'd say, pretty successful as far as a trip goes. I see a big one coming in. Time to take the shot. And it wasn't that big. So yeah, these waves are a little deceiving. Sometimes they look like they're gonna be massive and they kind of peter out as they get closer to the shore. That might just be because of the time now. I'm gonna focus on this shot right here. I'll show you what it looks like here. I think it's a good shot. Check it out.
This was my first attempt. The idea is simple. Layer the 3 rock stacks. I was trying to use the one on the bottom as a sort of framing tool, but I didn't really like the look of it after I got home. I did like the wave, but I didn't think that there was enough going on. So later on, after a different and bigger wave came crashing in, I decided to go with this photo. So I sacrificed the first rock stack in the foreground, and I cropped the image to a 1:1 square aspect ratio. But what I got out of it was a much more active wave in the foreground, and in the middle, that rock that just had the wave come in and cover it with water while still getting the fog and mist in the back. To me, I think this makes a much more pleasing image. And now time for a quick message from my wife.
There's a lot you can take photos of here. You can get these 3 rocks that have lines going through it, and it just looks like something broke the rocks.
Excellent analysis.
I don't know, it just flows. It goes that way.
She's referring to the shot I found earlier, but I didn't notice the 3 stripes that were running through the rocks. And yeah, how interesting that there's just these 3 perfect stripes running right through the rock. So this whole time I've been shooting with this big lens. I might switch to something wider so I can get more of the scene in the shot. I have a fellow photographer here. Good morning. I see you suffer from the same disorder.
Yeah. Can't help myself.
Wow.
Whoa.
Believe it or not, this is starting to settle down. It was, well, I don't know if I can really say that, but I've captured a ton of waves like that. And I think I have an idea of what to call the photo that I end up editing for, oh my goodness. Holy Wow. Wow. How about that, right? That's pretty cool.
Look at that. Oh.
It's everywhere here.
There. It's gonna go big. Go big.
Oh, big.
Ooh. Yeah, it's everywhere. It's like you gotta just focus on one thing, because then
Yeah.
you're trying to get everything and not getting anything really, really good, because there's just too much great stuff all around.
You got to spend time at each section and just be
Yeah.
patient. The hard part is, like, suppose I'm getting a photo of this section here, and while I'm waiting, something epic happens at this section here. And it really makes you want to pull away from, wow.
Oh, that was good.
It
Like
really,
right there.
yeah, like just now. I know it wasn't in the video, but you just have to be patient and understand. You're gonna miss out on some shots, but in order to get the shot, you have to miss out on some. So there is a sacrifice to it. You're not gonna just show up and then the perfect photo is gonna be there. You have to kind of work for it and give up some opportunities in other areas. Excuse my hair. We slept in a car last night in our Tesla. Thank goodness for camp mode. Kept us nice and warm all night. But wow. I don't think anyone cares about my hair with these waves going on.
It doesn't get old.
No.
It's like every single one is like it's your first time seeing it.
It's just really epic. I mean, these rocks are absolutely massive. And the waves, when they come in, they make them look small. I mean, like that. Look at that. Yeah, when I was doing some research, it said, 10 to 15 foot waves. These are, I don't know, I think they're definitely more than that. Every time the waves right here come in, you just get splashed with a little bit of mist and water. So, just absolutely amazing. Although it's hard, we're gonna say goodbye to this place for now. We got some awesome, massive wave action, finally. Again, it's been like 4 or 5 years since I got the idea, and I hope the photos turn out good. What do you think we should do now?
Eat.
Eat? Oh. Okay, I guess we'll eat.
I'm just kidding.
And with that, we hopped back into our glorified golf cart to go and search for a meal. This was such a nice change of pace. I am so used to sacrificing good sleep, driving for hours, only to get to a destination and not have the proper conditions for the type of photo that I have in mind. But everything happened as I hoped it would this time. It was so good that we actually decided to come back later in the day, about 12 hours apart from when we originally got there in the morning. And we're glad we did, because we were rewarded with even more powerful waves and crispier colors. These are the photos I got later in the evening. Thank you so much for watching.